Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to NS Sports TV, brought to you by your host, Nipun Sharma. Today, I will be doing the preview of a London derby in which we host Arsenal at the Bridge. And no preview would be complete without a guest from the person who supports the opposition team. How are you doing, Lottie? And a co-host. How are you doing, honey?
Big up, everyone. Evening, everyone.
So, Lottie, how confident are you going into this game?
Not very confident. I don't like going to the Bridge. I actually haven't been there myself in about 10 years. The last time I was there, we won 5-3 with a Robin van Persie hat-trick. So, yeah, I'm not that confident going over there after the last few games.
Well, the last time you won there was last season.
Yep, and there was no fans.
Fair enough.
There was no fans, so it's going to be interesting to say the least.
Okay. Oh, I thought you meant like last time you actually went there.
No, the last time I was there was 2011 when Van Persie scored his hat-trick. And we won 5-3.
And yeah, I remember that. Like we were 3-0 up, and then you just came back.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, Hanif, how confident are you in this game?
Not well. We've been in some decent form lately. The Real Madrid game was probably the best game I've seen Chelsea ever play under Thomas Tuchel, and that's what I want to see against Arsenal. But I doubt we are gonna. At home, we're not that good. Our home form's cost us this season in terms of trying to compete with the likes of Man City and Liverpool. So I'm wary because if it was at the Emirates, I'd be really confident. But because we're at Stamford Bridge and our home form's not being that great, we've lost 5 times at home. We lost to Brentford recently. So I think when you look at that and it's Arsenal, I don't think form's gonna matter. I think it all comes down to emotion and who's gonna turn up on the day. And I'm a bit worried. I am a bit worried. I don't underestimate this Arsenal team. I know what they possess, especially Martinelli and Saka.
Right. And is that who is that in the background?
That's my son Adam. Is don't know who he's going to support yet, but he's just with me on the side.
And before we continue, I'd like to bring in another guest. What's the crack? What's the bleeding story? How are you?
Big up.
What's the crack? What's the bleeding story? All right. Late to the party.
Don't worry, lateness is greatness.
Yeah, I was doing my makeup there backstage. Sorry about that. What can you know? You're getting hammered.
Well, what do you expect? United get battered everywhere they go. A bit like
You said that, not me. So what's the story?
What's the story? Yeah, not much. I've just been busy all day with going on different channels. In fact, I'm going live again at 11:30 UK time. Before we continue, let's go through all the comments.
Nipun, I hope it's an appropriate channel. I hope it's sport related.
Definitely. Wayne, big up to you.
Every time I turned on YouTube today, you were bleeding on it, Nipon.
Lena, big up.
All right, everyone. Big up the comments.
Big up, everyone. And yeah, I would and by the way, I will be going that 11:30 live stream will be with Miss Melina. I did invite her to this one, but she said she wasn't free before 11:30 UK. So tune in for that. So yeah, Del Boy, how confident are you going into this game?
Well, I suppose the best way I could put it is that I'm an ashtray on a motorbike, so absolutely not a fucking hope. I don't know if I can be any more clearer than that, mate. So I might as well bounce now. I'm finished up here, yeah.
I see two of them. What's going on here?
Yeah, I did say I was going to move on to my desktop backstage when my desktop actually loads.
This stream is so funny. It's so random.
I did say that I always prefer streaming from the computer. So I was just waiting.
I'm not saying there's no against it, but I'm just saying it. This stream is random and it's only been 7 minutes or so.
Yeah, how confident are you, Del Boy, going into this game?
No, look, come here. I just look at the Southampton game, for example. Southampton, Chelsea. Like, he absolutely hopped off them, and then we go and we turn Southampton into a prime Liverpool team or something, like, you know. I suppose I'm negative, as they say, you know. I'm just disappointed the way the club has been run at the minute. I cannot see Arsenal getting any goals. And I can see Chelsea for, you know, we have Eddie to lead the line. You know, Eddie hasn't scored. Has he scored this season in the Premier League? You know, it's going to be a bit hard for him tomorrow to try and score against Chelsea. I cannot see anything else other than a Chelsea win. I think they'll win it handy as well. And I am being negative, and I hate this because, like, you know, I hate dissing my team. Like, you know, I suppose if you look at my channel, you're just there, you lying bastard. You're always dissing your team. But, you know, it's just hard to at the moment. Now, Hanif, you'll probably disagree with me, like, you know, and saying big it up. But, like, just looking at our team lately, it's just, we're in a bad place with injuries, you know, with, like, you know, Partey's out, Tomiyasu's out, you know, Tierney's out for the rest of the season. Laka's got out. Laka's off flirting with other clubs, you know. It's just at the minute, I think are in a bad way. And look, this is my opinion. I'm not speaking for anyone else, but I give me prediction score at the end of the stream. Like, you know what I mean? I leave it there. Yeah, that's sort of my feelings at the minute.
I just want to come in on that, and I think Arsenal fans, and I don't mean any disrespect. I always said at the end of the season, at the beginning of the season, that where I thought Arsenal would finish, and that is top 6, purely because I still think it's a young team, a young manager. There's a lot of inexperience. He's bought a lot of players, and obviously I think you and Lottie can vouch to say majority of them have done really well, if not all of them. You might have one. I would say Tomiyasu, since he's been out, I don't think you've been the same defensively, if that makes sense. I think he gives you that extra vigor, as well as Tierney. I think Tierney's a top left back. He just doesn't have the consistency to say he's a top left back at the moment. But I think you just need very well-rounded, experienced Premier League players. The likes of Neves and Tielemans come to mind. I think if you got both of them, I think your midfield is just transformed. I think it's gone up a level. And I think you need a winger to compete against the lads you've got, and you need obviously a centre forward. And I think that's where Arsenal are. And I don't think Arsenal fans should be too disappointed, because if you thought at the end of the season, if you thought at the beginning of the season, right, we're going to compete for top 4, you are competing. The thing is, you could still make top 4. It's because it's so tight at the moment. Nobody really wants it. Spurs had a lot of chess the other day. Then they got outplayed by Brighton. They were that bad.
Yeah, but it looks like neither Arsenal nor Tottenham wanted, because then Arsenal, look, Tottenham presented Arsenal a perfect opportunity to overtake them into 4th. And what did they do? They went on to lose to Southampton. So I think the only team
guys.
No, but Nippon, it's
guys, I do think it's. Sorry, guys.
go on,
I do think it's important to remember that of the lack of squad depth we've got, we've always been 2 injuries away from this. It doesn't make a difference if we were flying or doing really badly. We've been 2 injuries away from this, and it's one thing that I've absolutely complained about this whole time. Even though we were on a high, there's no squad depth. We don't have the experienced backups. I mean, what we've got up top now is Eddie. I mean, he can play like a Champions League player against Sunderland. Yet he can't score in the Premier League at all. And he's had some open nets this season. I've been in the grounds, I've witnessed it, and I'm sitting there like I could have scored that from where I was sitting.
Are you a season ticket?
No, I'm a silver member. But I've gone to every home game this season, and I've done about 3 away games.
Like that, Lockie. I'd rather fucking Eddie the Eagle up front than fucking Eddie and Ketty. Tell you that for nothing.
Yeah,
exactly. I swear that's Crystal Palace's mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take fucking any mascot in the Premier League than bleeding Eddie.
Do you know what? Should we Del? Should we just put Gunnosaurus up front?
Yeah.
I just think, look, I think you are where even if the season finishes and you're in top 6, I think it's where I think most reasonable Arsenal fans would have thought, you know what, it's top 6, and then let's see who they buy next season. And the thing about Arteta is this: so unless you're getting world class like Tottenham did in Antonio Conte, if you get world, then yes, you replace him. But I still think Arteta's not that. Yeah, not really. I think he's doing all. I think he's a good coach. I really do. I just think he needs time, and you need experienced players. Like, he had one good summer transfer window. What if you have another one? So let's just see where it goes. And let's be honest, most like from the middle of the season onwards, your football's been really good. It's improved, and as a manager, I think he's done it the right way. Yes, he wasn't everyone's cup of tea. Nobody really wanted him. If you talk about managers, but this is where your board have gone, and I think your board realized that it's going to be a long process. Like you guys are in your rebuild. Chelsea need a massive rebuild as well. A lot of Chelsea fans are worried, like they're not aware that we need a rebuild again after spending 200-300 million in 2 years. We need a massive rebuild, and we're still accepting donations because we're still up for sale. Nobody wants to buy us. I don't know what's going on.
I think we're getting the Bowleys.
Yeah, well, it might be whoever, but the thing is this, you know, a lot of Arsenal fans are worried about what's going on at their club. I'm worried about our future because I'm telling you one thing, I've been a Chelsea fan since 1996. None of these young Chelsea fans remember what 1996 was. I remember when Arsenal were on top. I used to watch Arsenal because they played the best football, in my opinion, at that time. But we're going to lose a lot of fans if we don't sort ourselves out, because Kante can only last like another 2 or 3 seasons, and then the rest of them.
We're not going to lose a lot of. Nah.
We'll see.
Nippon, I just don't think you're willing to have the conversation. Look what we need to get rid of, and look what we need to lose. Next season's a big season for us, and you know what?
We're going to lose players. We're going to lose fans.
I'm not really bothered about the fans because I was here when we were top 6, top 7, but I just think the younger fans who love Chelsea, it'll be interesting to see whether they love Chelsea next season and the season after, because I don't know whether we're going to be able to compete with the likes of City and Liverpool. Because I think those days of spending have gone. I think those days of spending have gone.
You're too negative.
Negative? Whoa, Nipper, do you really think we're going to get... And I'm not a big fan. I don't like Roman because I don't think he's a good human being. But do you really think we're going to get another owner like that? Do you really think we're going to get an owner to say, right, go and spend 100 million on Lukaku? No, Nipper, those days have gone, mate. They have gone. We're going to be like these guys. Listen, everybody laughs at Arsenal. We're going to be spending within our limit.
No, we're not. We're going to have an owner who
will... boy, Lottie, you're my witnesses. You're my witnesses.
Yep. Yeah. The thing is, your academy system is really good and you just don't utilize it properly. And that's the only thing for me at the moment. You overspend and you don't utilise what you've got in your academy. I mean, the way you conduct business is what Arsenal should be doing, I'll be honest with you. But you need to utilise it like we have as well. Because you've had some good players come through from your
Lottie,
end.
The thing is this, you know when Wenger was there, right? Even when you guys had young players coming through, you were getting top 4 because of the level of competition wasn't there. But the level of competition is there now because you've got 6-7 clubs now that could potentially compete for the top 4.
Oh no, I know that.
Now you can't do that young player thing. Like, if you guys were the old Arsenal and you were competing in the top, like, first and second position, Saka and Martinelli would never have got the opportunity to play for Arsenal at that level.
Oh no, exactly. But that's me again going back to squad depth. We need Martinelli, Smith Rowe, Saka should not be walking straight into that team. I love those boys with all my heart, but they've got no competition. They should not be walking into that team like that. They shouldn't be. I'm probably going to get it on Twitter later, but it's just a fact. And a lot of Arsenal fans won't accept that because they've carried the team. And yes, they've carried the team, but have you seen how exhausted Saka was at the beginning of the season after the Euros? He was exhausted. He wasn't himself. It took him 2-3 months to get back to normal. I was sitting behind him.
Do you think that has traumatized him?
Well, considering that Southgate put him up for a penalty, he doesn't do club penalties, he misses, and then all the racial abuse. Would you be traumatized by that? I think I would be.
He should not have played for a couple of weeks. He should have had time off.
Yeah, but this goes back to the game when we played AFC Wimbledon in the Cup. I was sitting behind him while he was warming up, and all you could see in his face, he wanted to be on that pitch. He wanted to play. That's all he wants to do. He doesn't care about anything else. Warming up, you can see in the way he stood, the way he was talking to Smith Rowe. I want to be on that pitch. I shouldn't be here. Because that's all he wants to do. He just wants to play ball. And I don't see that energy all the time from our senior players. Del, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see it.
No, you're 100% right. I was at the Brighton game, and Jesus Christ, there's not even one leader on the team. Like, I'm sorry, there's none. Like, and these young players, your Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Ramsdale, Tierney, even he's still only 24. You need a leader on the pitch to turn to when, let's say, you're in Stoke or whatever, and what I mean is, you're playing against a tough team and they're flying in with the tackles. You need someone there with a clear head, a leadership that you can turn to. These younger players can turn to and just go, well, do you know what? These are hitting us hard, but I know he's got me back. You know what I mean? I know he has the experience. And this is the thing about Arteta, the thing that's driving me mad. And I don't want him. I want him put into the bin and recycled. That's the only thing I want done with him. Because I think he's a useless manager. Hanif, I disagree with you completely. The fella has let go. Now, not only him, Edu as well, and Vinay. They've let go of so many players in the January transfer window, not replaced with one. We knew that Eddie was going out the door. We knew that Laka was going out the door. That's 2 of our strikers left. We let Balogun go out on loan, okay? So now we're in a situation where Lacazette is COVID or whatever the fuck they're saying he has, and we're relying on Eddie up front. Like, sorry, Arsenal Football Club are relying on Eddie, who is holding them to ransom over a contract to sign a big contract he wants. He wouldn't get in the Norwich team. Norwich are last in the league.
He doesn't even make Chelsea's reserves. Forget our bench. He doesn't even make our reserves.
Yeah, 100%. And like, I just think that goes down to not just Arteta, bad management in the January window. They let all these players go. They knew, and what Lottie said there, we were 1 or 2 injuries away from a disaster. And that's where we are now. And I know you might turn around and just go, well, you're going for top 4. But Man United are fucking useless. West Ham haven't been great either. Spurs have been losing points. It's been nearly handed to us. We didn't, a few weeks ago, we didn't play any games. And next thing we have 3-4 games in hand. And next thing if we beat these, we're into the top 4. So, like, yeah, I understand that, but we can still get 6th, 7th this year. That's going to be 3 seasons, 8, and we'll just say 6. Is that an improvement? I don't really think so. You know, and to look at what I'm saying is, back to the Brighton game, there was no leaders on the pitch. I'm just looking down. Jesus Christ. What's going to happen is, let's say if we don't get in Champions League this year, is Smith Rowe going to be hanging around? Saka. Man City, Martinelli, and Real Madrid are already looking at Tierney. All these players are just going to be going, oh yeah, I love Arsenal. Yeah, hold on, Madrid are offering me bleeding double me wages and to go and play Champions League, win Syria or win La Liga and challenge for a Champions League. Fucking see you later, Arsenal. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? And then where's your process, your project that they're bleeding talking about? It's out the window. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this club going on talking about ifs, buts, the project. They give Arteta, he's an apprentice. He's an apprentice. Let he learn his trade. I'm sorry. At Arsenal Football Club, I demand a top quality coach. And I don't care who it is. Like, there is coaches out there. Zidane's available. Enrique's available. And can we not go, let's say Graham Potter or whoever is better than Arteta? Right, and I've seen it firsthand. I've seen the tactics and everything that he had. But like there is other, like Arsenal can go to another club. They have the money and just go here. Do you know what? We'll take your manager. There's a few million. Shut up and sit down. We'll have him. You know, let's start acting like a big club. Sorry about me rant.
The passion, I love it.
Yeah, I know. I love me rant. That's all. Rant.
Yeah. Anyway, so any injuries from your end, your camp?
Lottie, you go ahead.
Not as far as I know. As Melina said in the chat earlier, Tomiyasu's back in training. I don't expect to see him till United, if I'm honest with you. I expect Cedric to start. Cedric has been great up until a point, but I'm starting to miss Tomiyasu now, especially after seeing that atrocity in Southampton and having front row seats for it. I was not happy. It was a long train ride.
I'm not sure about Partey either. Is he injured or is he?
No, he's back in training. There's been Chris Wheatley dropped a video of him training on the bike, so he's getting there. But he's no way near ready. So we'll be seeing some more of Sambi, I think, alongside Xhaka.
Who would you start? Well, I suppose Nippon, you're probably going to ask us what sort of team we'd look to start. Was that in the menu tonight? Is it?
Yeah, that's what I always do. I
watch our channel. I watch it.
On my own or with a few guests. I always do what I think, what I would personally choose, and what I see the manager choosing. Then I let them do the same with their team, and then we open up the lines to do a combined 11.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So injury? So our current injuries are just Ben Chilwell, and I think that's the only injury. Chilwell.
Can I ask a question on Ben Chilwell, Nippon?
Oh.
Can I ask? I want to ask you, and then I'll get the opinion of the. Do you think Ben Chilwell is world class?
No.
What about you two? Do you guys? How highly do you rate Ben Chilwell?
I like him, but I think he's all right, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, he's all right. He's just kind of there for me. I don't consistently watch Chelsea enough to actually tell you what I think of him, I'm afraid.
I think, when a bike, you have a bike, and you know the way you can raise the saddle on a bike? That's about as high as I rate him. You know what I mean? Let's be honest about it. It's just the fucking English tax and all that.
Is that an adult's bike or a kid's bike?
Oh, I'm talking about a little 3-year-old's tricycle.
It's a BMX. It's a BMX.
Sorry, I just had to ask that.
I'm only messing. No.
The reason I asked that is because an Arsenal fan said to me that Ben Chilwell's top 10 in the world, and I was like, "You what?" And I don't know if you guys have seen Eagle Eye Football lately, and I'll send it to you there, but I'll send it to you as well, Lottie. Yeah. We did a show. You guys need to listen to this show as well on stats versus the eye test. And oh my God, it was mad. It was mad. Let's put it this way. According to some people, one's an Arsenal fan and one's a Chelsea fan as well. The modern day fan looks at numbers. And I said that And to the Arsenal fan, I said this, and he only rated the Premier League. I said, listen, no problem. Let's go by that logic. Thierry Henry, Frank Lampard is a better goal scorer than Thierry Henry then, by your logic, by the numbers. And oh my God, it was crazy. You guys, I'll send you it. I'll send it to you guys.
I want to have a listen to that. That sounds interesting.
It was mad.
I think I got the last 5 minutes of that that stream. I think I jumped in. I was listening, alright, but I missed that bit.
Yeah, it's me and Graham are still going back and forth, and yeah, I honestly, when the problem I have with it is an Arsenal fan saying it because of the type of football he played under Wenger. I have an issue like processing that. And I'm just like, you're an Arsenal fan. You can't say stuff like that because you guys changed the game. Wenger changed Premier League football.
Yeah.
And it was mad. Like, yeah.
I think with that, you got to remember stats paint a pretty picture, and what you see on the pitch is two different things.
Big up to you, Glorious Una. I am not going to say that out.
Come on, Arsenal. I'll say it out for you, lad. I'll say it for you, lad.
Fair
Come
enough.
on, Arsenal.
Fair enough. Yeah, just to make you happy then.
Is that Eddie in the street there, was it?
Okay. So we always ask the guests first, and we start. And I always be polite, so ladies first. How do you see? Well, how would you choose the lineup tomorrow? And how do you see lining up?
For me, I'm quite consistent with my lineups. I'd have Ramsdale in goal again. I don't trust Leno as far as I can throw him. Like every time the ball goes near Leno, I have to put my hands over my eyes. It's literally that bad. I'd have to have Cedric, White, Gabriel, and then I have to obviously put Nuno on the other side. I don't like putting Nuno out. He's been doing his job 18 months. He used to be play where Martinelli plays, but we've got no other choice at the moment. And you got obviously in the middle. Got Sam. I'd put Sambi, Xhaka, and Odegaard, and then up front I'd have Saka and Smith Rowe. But up top, I've gone for Pepe, just for something a little different through the middle.
You realise, yeah, that's your personal lineup, but you do realise, Mikel, or as I would like to call him, the Spanish Tony Pulis, would rather play himself up front than Pepe.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't want. I would rather not. I'd rather not have Eddie on, because we might as well be playing with 10 men. That's what I've always said, and I always will stick to that. Put him on. We're playing with 10 men. I used to say that about Xhaka as well, but recently I can't criticize him. I can't stand him as a person, but recently he's been doing really well. Credit's due where it's due.
He's been balling lately. He's been really good.
Yeah, he's doing really well. I can't complain.
He's got that Switzerland form. You watch him for his country. He's a different animal.
He definitely is. But it's just the way that Arteta's playing him at the moment, and it's so much better. But the thing that worries me is his red card habit, and we can't afford him to pick that up. And he's already said openly he will not change the way he plays. So
Jesus Christ, that is arrogance at its finest.
It is, and that's what irritates me about him. He's egotistical, he's arrogant, and he just, how do I put this? To put it politely, he just irritates me in general. So
yeah, 100%. I'm the same. Every time I see him, I just want to punch the wall, because I'll never forgive him for what he done with the captain's armband and stuff like that.
Yeah, but do you know what irritates me the most with that is he branded all Arsenal fans. It wasn't all of us. There's some people behind their keyboards, they cross that human line. And for the fact that he's branded the whole fan base for it, no. I think what got to me is the fact that he threw the captain's armband down, and that is disrespectful to the club, full stop. I don't care if you're being personally abused. Yes, people shouldn't be going after your family, but you don't disrespect the club like that. Ever.
Yeah.
You should have been sold that season, as far as I'm concerned.
That's what I would look. Say if I love Jorginho. I love my Kante to the bottom of my heart. But if he ever stirs up that shit, I'd say you don't get the fuck. No, sorry, mind my language.
Yeah, but we can't say that though, Nippon. We can't say that though. How can we say that when our keeper wouldn't come off for the final in the League Cup? We can't say that. We've got a player that's just, I would say, just as bad. He won't come off. Costs us the game.
That's a fact. That comment is a fact. Sorry, guys.
In my opinion, he is the most protected player in your team.
Oh, he survived 3 managers. I don't know how he's doing it.
Do you think?
I mean, there's a meme going around with the Grim Reaper walking through every door with each manager's face on, and the Grim Reaper's got his face on.
I think that's a bit unfair, Lottie, because he wanted to go last season, but you guys didn't want him to go. I think Arteta wanted to keep him.
Oh, so don't brand me in that.
I'm saying, yeah, I know, but you're saying he survived him. But the thing is, Arteta obviously sees something, and plus he's playing. I would say overall this season he's been.
He's one of our most experienced players, so I can understand why Arteta kept him. But there was so much more on the market at the time. There was Rodrigo de Paul. He was 30 million. He's one of them players that he's got the Santi Cazorla factor about him, and I've followed his career over Udinese very closely for the last couple of seasons before he moved to Atletico Madrid, and he would have been the perfect replacement. But
Lottie, you watch a bit of Serie A?
But yeah, just a little bit. But I haven't been watching this season. I've moved over to La Liga, so.
La Liga team.
Anyone do you think like who you'd get from La Liga? Who you think would be who you could get? Someone who could improve your team.
Again, Rodrigo de Paul is The Argentine is at Atletico. I'd love to have him. Simeone doesn't start him enough because he's one of the, as I said, he's got that Santi Cazorla factor about him. He's got that Ramsdale attitude. He's a fans player. Even when they're losing, he'll rear up the crowd just to get the team going.
Would Rodrigo de Paul play for the badge though?
I think he would. I think he would. From what I've seen at Udinese, yeah.
Yeah, what's your La Liga team then? Mine is basically anyone but Real Madrid.
Oh, it's got to be Atletico for me. I've always enjoyed watching Atletico. Rodrigo de Paul is just a bonus at the minute for me.
Oh God! After that WrestleMania, I was like, why did they do that though? WrestleMania.
WrestleMania is not for me, I'm afraid.
No, look, that's what happened on the pitch between Man City and Atletico Madrid.
But the thing is, that's what football used to be like. Do you not remember the pizza incident at Arsenal? I know Del should remember this one.
I remember.
In the tunnel.
I remember.
Football used to be like that. Like you had your Vieira, Keones. It used to be like that. Every time a fight happens now, like you'll find that the older fans have got to scream their head and punch him one. I do it myself because I grew up with a very angry Vieira. Yeah. That's what I grew up watching and going to Highbury and watching. So it's.
I get the whole park the bus thing, but I don't agree with injuring players.
Oh no, of course not. Of course
not. That's what Atletico's players were trying to injure Phil Foden all game. Honestly.
Well, it's really down to the officiating, really, isn't it, to stop it? I mean, you could say the same about Bukayo Saka this season. Crystal Palace, for example, at home. He took him out from behind his knee. I can't remember who the hell it was, but I was sitting in that North Bank and he kicked him directly in the knee, took Saka out and got nothing for it. I've seen it several times happen to him and nothing is ever done about it.
Right. So
it's down to the poor officiating in this country.
Now,
we were spoiled at the Euros.
Del Boy, who do you think?
Who do I want or who do I think he'll start?
Who do you want?
Right, well, we'll start with Ramsdale, obviously. And then left back, I'm throwing an out curveball here. I want Saka at left back. He's done it before. He's been proven. Relax, hold on, just listen up. So, look, he's played there before. He was brilliant. He was outstanding. So I just think, look, mate, you take one for the team. You're playing for the club. You're not playing for you. And then I'd obviously have fucking Ben Shite and Gabriel. And then, look, Tomiyasu, we're saying, isn't going to be fit, so Cedric will slot in there. In the midfield, I'd go with Xhaka, the guy I love to hate. And I'd go El Neni, another bleeding forgotten soul. I just think that Lokonga, his his confidence is gone. He's just like, Arteta fucked him in the deep end and he's still trying to swim. So I'd go with El Neni because because Chelsea are going to come out and they're going to come out, I think, scoring lots of goals, so I just think Lokonga will be found out too many times. And then I'm going with Pepe. I'll go with Odegaard and Smith Rowe, and then I'd agree with Lottie. I'd have Pepe up front. So
we have a goal update. Salah has scored.
That's a 4-0.
They're now 4-0 up.
Yeah, 4-0. Christ.
I'm watching the game on my phone as we speak.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not slagging any Man United fans. So please, just remember this moment. I'm not doing it, and I'm not slagging this because I think this time tomorrow night I'll be bleeding on the floor. I will.
My God, he chipped them. Salah actually chipped the keeper.
Yeah. So, Lottie, what do you Saka left back? I know you're thinking that fella has drank too many Guinness. I haven't drank anything tonight.
Do you know what? I don't know. I was just surprised. I was like, what? Left back? No.
Yeah.
But Nuno hasn't been fantastic, as I've said before, and I don't like seeing Xhaka there. So I completely get that. But he did do a good job at Southampton, apart from the goal. So
I'm just
I understand that. I was just a bit different.
Well, the only thing about it is I just think that when I was at the Brighton game, Graham Potter had them coming in from the left hand side where Xhaka was. You know what I mean? And he was just using his head, just going.
Oh yeah.
Xhaka.
Our thing is, you know that weakness is there. If you watch the game against Emery, you know that was there from last season, and I don't know anybody that hasn't seen that game. He was atrocious. So.
This is the thing. And it's something different, you know what I mean? It's because, we all know what team it's going to be, you know what I mean?
It's predictable.
He's gone with Eddie up front, and he'll go with Nuno at the left. Obviously Xhaka and Lokonga then as well. Just mix it up, do something different. It just can be frustrating at times.
Oh yeah, it's frustrating to be an Arsenal fan. You just got to sit there and remember it has been worse. We have had worse than this, and I think a lot of fans do forget that. I mean,
if you look at if you go to the Three Musketeers, they've experienced worse than a lot of the younger Arsenal fans.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, but I do also do feel that certain sections of our fan base are spoilt brats because of the glory we had. And at this point, it is testing loyalties. And Hanif had said earlier, it's Chelsea's turn soon, and you're going to see a test of loyalty of your fans.
Del Boy, that's what I meant by the Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Lottie, I've been there. I can go back there, when I remember what we were. And
do you remember the days of losing 7-0 to West Ham?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also remember the days beating Manchester United at Old Trafford 3-0. So,
yeah.
there were
For me, we were successful without Roman. We will be successful without him again.
I just remember with Chelsea, when Ruud Gullit was manager and stuff like that, Chelsea weren't too bad back then, considering that United were absolutely unreal as well back then. He's done okay winning. Did he win the FA Cup or was it Vialli?
No, he won the FA Cup.
Ruud Gullit. Right. So, Now the next one. Who do you think Arteta will select?
Oh God, Dale, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, well, I'll just go with he'll have Ramsdale in goal. He'll have Nuno Tavares. He'll have Ben Shite, Gabriel, and he'll have Suarez on the right. And then in midfield, he'll have Xhaka and he'll have Lokonga. And then he'll have Martinelli, Saka, and Odegaard in the middle. And then he'll have Eddie the Eagle up front. And like that's why I'm saying I can't see us getting a goal for some reason. Like unless it's a set piece or edge of the box and Odegaard is there, maybe we could get a goal. But I just think the Chelsea keeper, I may be wrong here, and people are probably going, this fella doesn't know what he's talking about, but he's fairly okay at shot stopping. Would I be right in saying that, Nippon?
Yeah.
Maybe
really good at shot stopping.
Yeah. Like it's just like Chelsea to beat Southampton 6-0. That's a big scoreline, and we couldn't even score against Southampton. So that's why I just think we're in trouble. And I don't mean to be negative. I hate being negative, but it's just I'm just calling it like it is, and the way I think it's going to pan out. Lottie, would you agree with me there with that team? Do you think that's what he's going to do?
The only thing I would change is Martinelli for Smith Rowe. Martinelli was absolutely pants down in Southampton. He seems to have lost a bit of confidence, and I'd rather put Smith Rowe up there. I'm not playing favourites. He is one of my favourites, but I just think Smith Rowe should start. But other than that, I've got no complaints about the team you've listed. It's what I expect from him. But it's just a question mark over Martinelli or Smith Rowe for me.
But even like going back to what you were saying, like about Smith Rowe and Saka, like they've been given jersey numbers that mean a lot to the club. Number 10, Dennis Bergkamp, number 7, Perez, Liam Brady, go back whenever, like, you know what I mean? Top players, like top draw players and they just get them like after playing like one good season. I think you need to earn your stripes a bit more. It gives them a bit of a fat head as well.
I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. But if you look back at their performances the last few seasons, look at their goals. Smith Rowe has tripled his goal scoring. I am not complaining. He's been top goal scorer all season. He's been injured and he's come back and nobody's overtaken him. Saka's only just caught up with him. And Saka hasn't really been injured. He hasn't been out. So they're earning them, but they're not there yet, as far as I'm concerned. But as I said earlier, they should not be walking straight into these squads. Full stop.
Yeah.
For me, jersey numbers are so important. Like, I personally don't agree with Timo Werner having the number 11 jersey. Honestly, because that's such an iconic number for us. And something I kind of also disagree with is Kovacic having the number 8, another iconic number.
I think with the number 8 and I'm talking about 7 and 10. I think the boys do understand the numbers they've got at Arsenal. I mean, I remember when Saka got the number 7 shirt. You've got Dal, you've probably seen this. You've got Saka in Hale End, and they've got Rocky on the building. So, in terms of culture and everything, I think they understand what it means to have those numbers at the moment. But they need to step up. They've started, but they're not there yet.
I agree with you. They have to, because like that, like the legends of the past. I just think like they have, and I agree with you. Like they have, like they've been doing brilliant. Like they really have, but they need competition in their positions. You can't be like any top team in England, in any league in the world. You have to have competition. These young boys are just walking straight into the team, going, "I'm playing next week," or stuff like that. It's all got to do with our mentality as well. So I just think
there has been a culture change, though. You can't not say that. Massive culture change. I mean, that relationship with the fans has been gone and it's back. it's in the clock end lower tier. It's happier. We're singing all the way through the game. We might not be always heard in 24, but we are singing constantly through the game, winding up the away fans, and we just need to get the rest of the ground going. Because the North Bank joins in, it's just everybody else, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Where do you
no.
usually sit?
Sorry, Nippon, say that again?
Where do you usually sit when you go to the Emirates?
I'm in the clock end. I'm in the clock end right next to the away fans.
That's where a lot of them sit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been to the bridge, but I sat in the, I just sit wherever they assign me, but I usually prefer Matthew Harding lower, right next to the corner flag. So that, say if someone scores, I can always go up to them and see if I can give them a little hug.
That's
I look
brilliant.
out for you the next time.
Yeah, no, that's where I sit when I go and see our ladies as well. Which by the way, you beat us on Sunday. 2-0. Was it 2-0? Went out the FA Cup in the semi-final.
Yeah.
Wasn't fantastic, but Emma Hayes knows what she's doing. I can't stand it though.
I know, we can't stand some of your players either. It's all good.
Oh, it's your manager. It's your manager. She just needs to remember where she came from. That's all I have to say on the subject.
I especially support their lot down the road. But,
So what's your Chelsea team, Nippon?
my Chelsea team. So I personally I'm going to open the squad builder for this. Share screen.
Is it still 4-0, is it?
I think so. Let's have a look. Isn't it? Yeah. Well, hang on a second.
4-0, man. Nah,
Yep,
4-0.
no, it's full time. Done. 4-0.
You know, I predicted 7-0 Liverpool. I honestly think they go.
Yeah, do you know what? I saw that Ronaldo wasn't playing tonight, and I thought to myself, no, they're going to lose. End of story. But he'd be nice and ready for us come Saturday.
I thought they'd lose.
You thought who'd lose?
I
Liverpool?
thought they'd lose anyway.
Oh, Man U.
No, I thought Arsenal.
Oh. I think he's frozen there, Dal.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Yeah, he looks frozen.
It's either that or he's shocked.
Oh, gosh.
Do you go to all the games?
Yeah, I've been to every home game this season, and I've been to about 3 away games. I've been to Brighton away, Southampton this weekend, and I went to United away as well.
Very good.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I've been at the Brighton game this year, and then I'm coming over to the Leeds game.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I do a blog when I'm there.
Oh, that's cool. I'm going to have to check that out. Sorry, Nippon.
Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, I'm going with what's his name? I'm going with Mendy in goal. I'm going to do a 3-4-3 with look. A lot of people will say, "Oh, rest the play." No, it's a London derby. You never go with a weakened squad. Hi, Hanif.
Even with the state that Arsenal are in?
Look, would you if Tottenham were in a weak state, would you go with a weakened squad yourselves?
Oh no, I'd want to hammer them to pieces.
Exactly. Nothing against you.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Darling.
Don't worry.
Or you, Del Boy. But yeah, Mendy in goal. A back three of Azpilicueta, Rudiger, and Thiago Silva. The wing backs in that Murderer and Reece James. Because I said Murderer because he did get done for murder, Marcus Alonso. I don't know why he never got tried. You can't say stuff like that. But who's saying? But
I think that was Hanif. His camera's
You
off.
can't say he's done for. I'm sorry, I'm just eating in the background.
No worries.
That's my dad's phone connected.
They're watching all about Alonso.
It's the mafia. Nipper, don't answer the call.
It's my dad. Look, I'm using my dad's desktop, so all of his contacts are connected to this. Right. So yeah, what I was saying was, Marcus Alonso and Reece James as the wing backs, Jorginho and Kante in midfield, and then a front three of Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, and Timo Werner. Given the form he's in, I'd start him. But you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if he started Lukaku and Werner in a 2 up top. And Lukaku does love a goal against Arsenal. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
I was just going to say he'll probably score a bleeding hat-trick now tomorrow. He hasn't scored in a few games, has he? Or did he score against Southampton? Or
he didn't score against Southampton. Timo scored twice in that game.
Has he been playing much?
No. I think he's out. He just comes on as a sub now.
£100 million sub. That's how we roll at Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah, no, but
I think in other news, Fulham have just been promoted to the Premier League.
Hey,
so they will
back.
Trips down the river next season. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun for fun. The away fans anyway.
Scores against tomorrow. I'll actually laugh. Yeah, we were sold a dream by this fraud. He said he wanted to come here and replace Didier Drogba. You're doing a bad job at trying to replace Alvaro Morata. He has an ego that is too big for his head. He says, I'm on the same level as Lewandowski, Benzema and Kane. Get out of here.
Maybe in Serie A, but not here. No, this is one of the hardest leagues in the world. Yes, I know. I believe he had some like thyroid or some sort of health issue. They fixed it over in Italy, and then he performed. But it just he hasn't hit the ground running with you guys, unless you count Arsenal playing Arsenal.
The manager. If that was Conte, he'd get the best out of him. It's the manager.
More than likely.
Yeah, but then Conte decided to go to N17 and not win anything. Oh well.
Yeah, well, if he wants to be cursed, he can.
For me, like I don't care. Look, I don't care. Look, for me, he will always be a legend. Like Antonio Conte will. I know. A lot of Chelsea fans says, "Oh, he's no longer a legend." Like he won us. He is the only manager to end the Pep Klopp dominance. So yeah,
don't go that far, Nippon. Nippon, you're going crazy today, man. You were a bit wild. I don't think he ended it, did he?
No, not ended. He was the only manager to win the Premier League while Klopp and Pep.
That was early Klopp and Pep, though, wasn't it? That was early, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fair enough. Like, look, I don't care if you go to Man United or even Arsenal for all I care. But if you win the Premier League...
We don't want him to go... No, don't be saying stuff like that. That's cursing us. No. I do not want to see Conte at Arsenal. I really don't want... These guys want that. I don't want that.
Look, he will always be a legend, though. If you win a Premier League title for us, you're a legend. End of story. You're a club legend. Anyway, so Hanif, how would you line up?
I'd have your lineup, but I wouldn't have Jorginho anywhere near it. I'd have Kovacic or Ruben Loftus-Cheek in the middle.
Kovacic is injured.
Right, so I'd have Ruben purely because I feel the way we play, Jorginho kind of gets overwhelmed in midfield, and we need someone strong and powerful in there, someone who can dictate play a lot more. I'm not saying Jorginho is a bad player for me. I just think that we should start strong, and we should start with the team that we played Real Madrid against, and we should play that way. If we play that way, we beat Arsenal. It's as simple as that. But I don't think we're going to play that way because this game is not about form. Like, I think Arsenal have had their rough patch because it was coming. There was another rough patch that was going to happen to Arsenal, and it's happened now. And I think and I'm a bit worried. I said this game's going to be a draw for me, purely because I'm not going by form, especially when we're at home. That's why I wanted it at the Emirates. I wanted it at their ground more than I wanted it at home, because at home we've been diabolical. The game against Brentford, that was embarrassing. And if these guys play anything near to that level, I'm telling you, Martinelli and Smith Rowe and Saka, they're absolutely going to demolish us. So for me, I think it's going to be 1-1 or 2-2. Timo, Mount, and Havertz to play up top, and the rest of it picks itself. I do have to say, I think Mendy should have been dropped after the first Real Madrid game, because I think Kepa's been really good this season. And I think as a result of that game and how poor he was, I thought Kepa should have come in. But give credit to Mendy. He did sort himself out in the game after. But, I just feel that Tuchel's, he's a really good coach. I'm not going to say he isn't. But for me, you've got to win the league. And I'm willing to give you the time. But when he gets it wrong, I'm allowed to say he got it wrong. And that first half against Real Madrid was the worst football we've ever seen. And then the second game was the best football I've ever seen. But overall this season, we're just like United, the old United to a certain degree, where we get the result. The football's awful, but we get the result most of the time in terms of cup competitions. So I know it's a lot of people think this guy's mad. It's just that I want the league. I want the league. I don't want any other cup competition. I don't want to see any start or Thomas Tuchel's made 500 semi-finals with Chelsea. I don't care. I want you to deliver the league title. That is what means the most to me. And I think that's what means the most to any fan that supports a Premier League team. And I just think it's going to be a very interesting summer. But for this game, I think it's going to be a draw. I really do. I think Arsenal are going to turn up because they've got nothing to lose. What have they got to lose? They've got nothing to lose, because if we beat them, they were expecting that. But if we lose to them, or even draw to them,
let us say the end.
That will give them the encouragement to end the season really well. I think for Arsenal, the balls in their their court. If they turn up and they play to 75% of their power, I think they're going to do. I think they'll get a point, and I think it's going to end 1-1 or 2-2. I've always said it's going to be a draw.
We got Alfred all the way from Australia.
Alf, you there?
Big up to you as well, Nip, and hello everybody. I hope you're all well.
How's it going? You all right, mate?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can.
Yeah, all good.
Cool. You's all good?
Yeah,
Looking
well,
forward to the
thanks.
game?
No.
Nah.
Yeah. It could go. Look, these games could go either way, really. I mean, I know there's a bit of a difference in form at the moment between the two teams, but when we meet, you never really know what to expect. It always something crazy always ends up happening, So I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be an interesting game. This time, I believe, with all due respect, just because of your recent results, I think it will be a convincing win for Chelsea this time around. But again, as I said, Arsenal just love to turn up against us. And to be fair, Although the results recently haven't been very favourable, can't forget that Arsenal actually are quite a good side and are capable of getting a result. So I hope we don't go in there just thinking that we're going to steamroll over them. I want a proper performance. Yeah.
So, what would your lineup be, Alfred?
Well, I heard yours, and it was, I would say, exactly the same as yours, to be fair. Except instead of Jorginho, I might have been interested to see how Loftus-Cheek carries on after his moment against Crystal Palace. Want to see if he can keep it going 2 games in a row and prove some people wrong. You know, that he can be somewhat consistent, but we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Now, Hanif, I don't know if you're there.
I'm here, mate. I'm here. I'm always here, lad.
Right. So now we start with you. What lineup do you see Thomas Tuchel fielding?
Mendy, Rudiger, Christensen, Aspilicueta, Reece James, Kante. I'm hoping Loftus-Cheek, Alonso. I like Alonso. I don't think he's as bad as what Chelsea fans make him out to be. Plus, he's good on the eye, isn't he, Lottie?
Oh God, no! Oh,
He's winding you up. He's winding you up. Don't worry. Don't worry. He's winding you up.
Up front, Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, and Mason Mount. Mr. Chelsea himself.
You know, Mr. Chelsea himself actually doesn't support Chelsea.
Who does he support?
Portsmouth.
He
supports Portsmouth.
fair.
At least he watches football.
He celebrated after playing after that Southampton game.
What did he say?
He said he's a Portsmouth fan.
All right. But do you give it bollocks?
No, so long as he's playing for our badge while he's with us, I'm happy.
Good player.
Anyway, so Alfred, how do you think TT will line up?
I think I pretty much agree with Hanif. But what did you say that the front three was going to be?
Timo, Havertz, and Mount.
Yeah, see, I agree with Timo and Mount, but I just, for some reason, I have a feeling that Lukaku will play this game.
Yeah, so do I actually.
It would not surprise me.
Yep.
And he's going to score a hat-trick.
You think?
He will score if he comes on, he'll score.
It would not surprise me if either Timo Werner or Romelu Lukaku scored a hat-trick tomorrow. Because a lot of not you, I don't know if a lot of Arsenal fans, I'm not saying you or Charlotte in particular, have trash talked them to so much.
We like, you know, Arsenal always, like, you know, with players, he hasn't scored in 100 games. He scores a hat-trick against Arsenal. You know, or you know, Everton have been. Remember the time we played Everton? I think they lost the last 10 games or drew 1 or something like that. They beat Arsenal. You know, Arsenal are breaking records like that.
Look, if there are 3 teams in the league that you would rely on to give life to a struggling team, it would be us, Arsenal, and Man United. Because we do that a lot as well. Let's not forget, Man United were on a winless streak and then they drew with us. I think even you guys last season, you guys were dreadful. And then you beat us on Boxing Day.
Yeah, that was my highlight. I was absolutely fuming. I was sitting there on Boxing Day and the goals were going in. I I actually spat a glass of champagne out. I was like, "Oh my god, it went in."
No,
So
but whenever we
it was a
lose,
very good day.
whenever Chelsea lose a game, I just I'd sit back and laugh. Like when Benzema scored a hat trick at our ground, it's like fair play, what a player. But then I just ended up howling with laughter afterwards. Because what can you do? If you don't laugh, you will tear your hair out.
Exactly. Nippon, how do you think me and Del cope? We're Arsenal fans.
Exactly, yeah.
If you can't laugh, you're going to end up pulling your hair out.
Look, that's what I do after every loss. I don't.
Yeah, this is a wig. What's up, my man? What's up? But Nippon, I go with your team there. What you were saying about Jorginho, and Hanif was there saying he could be overwhelmed in midfield. I disagree with you. He'll be underwhelmed with fucking Xhaka and Lokonga there. I'll tell you that for nothing. He'll be a prime bleeding Iniesta now tomorrow. I'll tell you.
Yeah, no, I've got to agree with that. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I mean, the confidence in this team is very, very low. He won't have any problems.
Yeah. So I am now going to open up the lines to anyone who wants to join, because we're now doing a combined 11. So I'm not going to put the link in the live chat because I don't want trolls. So I'm just going to DM anyone who wants it.
Get the trolls in.
So whoever wants the link, just let me know and I'll DM it to you.
Where are you watching the match tomorrow, Lottie?
Oh, me, I'm out with some friends tomorrow night, so I'm not actually going to the bridge. I went there about 10 years ago. I don't plan to go back. Well, it'd be 11 this year, as of this October.
You won the game the last time you went, so you could be a charm.
Yeah, but it was also my birthday and I could legally drink, so...
When's your birthday, if you don't mind me?
It's October. It's October.
October the what?
The 9th.
Oh, mine's the 20th.
Oh, no way. That's cool.
Boy, when's your birthday?
I'm a week after St. Patrick's Day, 23rd of March.
Oh, that's going to be a bank holiday, surely.
That's a double party for you.
For me.
Wow.
St. Del Boys Day.
Del Glace, why not? Why not, indeed? An extra bank holiday.
Exactly.
So the link has been DM'd to everyone who wants to join. So we have opened up the lines for the combined 11. So yeah, let's get started.
And I'm doing actually a call-in show tomorrow, Hanif. So if we beat you, you better come on.
I'll send me send it to me on Instagram. I'll definitely pop in, mate. I'll definitely pop in.
You too, Nippon, Lottie, all welcome, all welcome.
I think the goalkeeper is going to be I think it's very tight with the keeper, I think it's very, very tight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the goalkeeper is up for debate.
That's fair. I agree with that.
Mm.
Well, I don't think we're going to have many fucking players in this, so will you just give us the goalie?
I'm going to start with myself. So we're gonna go downwards and then with myself.
Okay.
So Charlotte, but put it this way: whoever, if it's I'm just gonna go with the majority.
So where are we starting from?
We're going from the goalkeeper up.
Yeah, give him Ramsdale. I'd just give him Ramsdale. I think that's fair.
Okay. But this is a democracy, so we're going to take everyone into account.
I don't know though. When you look at the centre backs, I think your Brazilian's extremely underrated. I think he's really good.
Okay, we're on the goalkeeper right now.
No, we've decided. We've voted.
No, only you said Ramsdale. I haven't heard from Charlotte.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm going to
Not
go
yet.
with Ramsdale. That should go without saying.
Okay. Del Boy.
Yeah, Ramsdale.
Okay, 5 out of 5, 2. So we've been outvoted, so he goes in. Rams.
Is he fit? He wasn't playing. Was he in the lap? Is he all right? Is he playing?
Yeah, no, he's all right now. What game was it? It was a few games back. He was playing injured, and he shouldn't have been playing.
Get
There
him
was a certain save. Normally, we'd see him save, and it just didn't happen.
Right. Okay.
Actually, putting Ramsdale there would be a better idea currently anyway, because Mendy has pissed me off recently in last few games. Some absolutely just careless and stupid passes. He does it way too often. I watched quite a few Arsenal games because I'm always interested to see what they do, and I don't really recall seeing Ramsdale do too much of that rubbish. So yeah, and I've seen him do some unbelievable ripper saves. So
Yeah, and that extra training with David Seaman's been helping.
yes.
Right. So, who are we going for right centre back? I'm going to start with Charlotte and then finish with myself. Downwards.
God. You're gonna have to come back to me if I am not sure at this minute.
Okay.
A couple of minutes.
Where does your Brazilian play? Is he left centre back or right centre back?
He's left centre.
He's left.
Okay.
And Ben
I'll give him that.
right centre.
Yeah, I'll give him left centre back.
Can Reece James play in the right centre?
He did. He played right centre back against Real Madrid.
All day long, Reece James for me.
Right centre back, Reece James. Hanif. Who be going with that right centre back?
I was gonna put the Brazilian in because I wanted to get Rudiger in.
Oh yeah.
That's the because I want to get Rudiger and I want to get the Brazilian in, and then it's up for debate really, because I don't rate Christensen as highly as what a lot of people rate him. I think he's decent, but I don't think he's as good as what.
Well, would you put Gabriel in the centre there of the three?
Yeah, I'd put right. Yeah, let's do that then. I'd put that would be my three then: Rudiger, Gabriel, and who did you pick, though, boy? Yeah, that's my three. Yeah.
So Hanif, you went with Gabriel.
No, I'm going Gabriel in the center. On the right side, I go with Reece James, and on the left side, I'm going with Rudiger. I think them three, because you guys have played. You've taken Reece James out of that right wing back position. I don't know why, but just to get him in.
Right. So we're putting Reece James at right. So who else wants Reece James at right centre back?
Yeah, I'm going with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Right, outvoted. Reece James, right centre back. Who are we putting in the middle then?
Gabriel for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Hanif.
Yeah, I'm going for Gabriel. I think he's extremely underrated. I think it's because people don't watch Arsenal enough. Every time I've seen him, I think he's only had one bad game, and that was that game against Man City where he got a stupid second yellow. That was the only bad game I've seen him have. Like, I've watched him 5 or 6 times, and apart from that game, I think he's solid, mate. I really think he's solid.
Yeah, well, this Major General N'Golo Kante. Hanif, explain yourself.
I've got to get Gabriel into that's the 3, and the thing is, I've got to have, because it's a 3, I've got to have Rudiger in there over Thiago Silva every day. So that's why I put Gabriel in the centre. And that's why. If it was a 4, I think it'd be very, very tough for us to. I think it'd probably have to be Gabriel and Rudiger. Thiago Silva doesn't make a 4 because we can't play because them two can't play in a 4 anyway. We've seen it before. We got beaten 4-1, so that's why.
So who are we playing left centre back?
Rudiger.
Yeah, as much as I hate him, it's got to be Rudiger.
Yeah, if he played for Arsenal, you'd love him.
No, I don't like him. Not after what he did to Kevin De Bruyne with that stupid face mask. Poor kid's socket was demolished.
So like, say if he did a Judas move on us and then joined you guys.
Still wouldn't like him. I don't like Granit Xhaka. I don't.
Wow.
I just don't like him. I'll support him when he wears the shirt. If he makes mistakes, I'm going to come down on him like a ton of bricks. I always have done. I mean,
Lottie, I like you. We need to get you on Eagle Eye Football and Munzi Talks. Del Boy, you need to get Lottie on your show, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is the first time I've talked to her now, so I'll definitely be interested in getting her on 100%.
Yeah, sure. I'm up for that.
Guys, I actually forgot to give you my score prediction. I said 3-1 a few days ago. I'm going to be a little more kind now and say 2-1. It's not going to be easy, but I think you guys will give us a good fight. And I think it would be a defensive error that leads to a few of our goals. Big up Max, massive Hull City fan and Man City fan. Max, if you want to join, just I've DM'd the link in all the group chats, so you can join. Yeah, Max wants Arsenal to make top 4, so he's going to be supporting you guys.
Cheers, Max.
Yeah, look, I'm the Gunners beat the Spurs to top 4. Yeah, of course. Look, I don't even get why you guys have this St. Totteringham's Day thing. Like, what do you win for finishing above Tottenham? Unless you
know what it is? It's more about them getting wound up about it, and
but
others up.
If they think
not really, they haven't until they've done it 20 times in a row. Not interested.
Fair enough.
Tottenham fans have only got chest, right? Because over the last 6 years, since 2014, they've had a decent team, but they've not. The only thing they've won is a brand new stadium. That's the only thing they can have over all the London clubs is that stadium. If that's your trophy, and if you guys chat to Tottenham fans, there's a lad called Deji Spurs, and he came out with some which was absolutely ridiculous. He said, we don't care about any of the cups apart from the Champions League, and we care about the Premier League. And I said, how can you sit there being a Spurs fan and say things like that when you've not won anything in, I think it must be 20 years or maybe almost 20 years. And I just couldn't believe it. And I just said, I personally don't think Spurs are a top 16 personally, because I look at what you've won and I look at, where you finished over that time. And if you're a top 6 team and you're not winning trophies, how can you be a top 6 team? Is it all measured on the league? And it's absolutely ludicrous.
What I'm going to say is, look, I know it's different for Arsenal and all that, but personally, I don't really get why Chelsea fans hate Tottenham so much. Look, for me, Tottenham are just an irrelevant team on the Seven Sisters Road. That's it.
I agree. I don't give a shit about Tottenham.
Look, Tottenham, who are they? They don't win anything.
It's just the case of their fans having the biggest mouths. They like to talk.
For me,
that's what everyone gets irritated about.
Alfred, you can back me up on this. For me, Man United here have a more cocky fan base than Tottenham.
Yes, Manchester United, I hate with the heat of 1,000 suns because of their fans. But there is no club that I dislike more than them, and it's not even close. I hate them by a mile, by miles. So,
but even for me, right, for being an Arsenal fan, I couldn't give bollocks about Spurs. I really couldn't. It is because I'm Irish and I live in Dublin. I don't give a bollocks about Spurs. Like the teams that I would be looking at, like when the fixture list is out, is United, Liverpool, Chelsea. You know, that's the sort of teams I look for. You know, when are we playing them? I wouldn't give a bollocks about the Spurs game because, like, to me, they're like they don't win stuff, so I don't give a bollocks about them. You know, and I know they're a rival.
For me, like, you know, like you have to earn someone's respect.
Yeah.
In football, for me, you have to earn someone's hate as well. And Tottenham, personally, Tottenham haven't earned my hate. You know, every time, like the liquid at Stamford Bridge plays, saying, "We hate Tottenham, Chelsea," I just say, "Sat down." Like, and then the Chelsea fans start saying, "If you hate Tottenham, stand up." You know, I just stay sat down. I'm like, no, irrelevant. We're not playing right now.
You should try sitting in the Arsenal stands near fun. That's what we used to do. But it's got to the point where I turn around, stand up if you love what is it? Stand up if you love the Arsenal, and it is changing, and you're seeing so much reduction in those stupid songs. I turn around and say to people, "Who will we playing? Are we playing Spurs? No. Then why are you singing it?"
Exactly, that's me as well. They sang that song. They were like, "If you hate Tottenham, stand up," through the FA Cup semi-final against Crystal Palace. I was like, "No, I'm saying sat down."
I thought I heard that. I was sitting in the pub and I thought, "Are they really singing about Tottenham? Are they really sitting there rent free?"
I did not look when we were singing "Carefree" wherever. Look, the other songs like "Carefree" wherever you may be, and John Terry's won the double and all that. Yeah, I sang those songs, but not "If You Hate." Look, the only time I would sing "If You Hate Tottenham, Stand Up" is when we're actually playing them.
Yeah. Rip on spitting facts, man. Spitting facts.
Yeah, no, Max has got a good point, but Max, you got to remember they ain't got no trophies.
Exactly.
They haven't had a Premier League title since Premier League's 92, but Division 1 back to 1961, I think it is. They haven't had a league title. So
well, that's right. You know, at least Arsenal have an identity, right?
Yeah.
When I play Arsenal, I know they are a massive club, right? So to play them is actually exciting. But Spurs
they're just like West Ham. They're just there. They just exist.
Yeah, no, exactly.
That's right.
Anyway,
let's stop talking about them.
Yeah, let's go. Right, did we go with Rudiger in the end, guys?
Yes, you did. Del Boy did. Yeah. I did as well. I don't know about Hanif and Alfred.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think it's a unanimous Rudiger then.
Yeah.
So now this is where it gets a little competitive. Tomiyasu. We're actually not taking injuries into consideration for combined 11s.
Oh, all right.
Fair enough.
Ooh.
That's always been the case. We don't take injuries into mind for combined 11s.
Oh, now I'm interested.
Yeah, exactly. We might have a chance here.
Yeah. Give us the left. Come on.
So Tomiyasu versus Azpilicueta.
I'll give it to Tomiyasu, to be fair. I think he's the better player at the moment.
Yeah, I have to go with Tomiyasu.
Okay, 2 for Tommy.
Yeah, I'll go Tommy.
3 for Tommy. Right, Tommy it is then.
Yep.
Tommy ringing you there, is he?
Right. So, N'Golo Kante, Mateo Kovacic, and Jorginho versus Granit Xhaka, God forbid, versus Granit Xhaka, Thomas Partey, and what's the third one you have? Oh yeah, Sambi.
Do you know what? I'm going to go with Thomas Partey.
I agree.
I'm going to go with Thomas Partey.
I agree.
He's been playing well lately.
Yeah, no, he has. Since he's come out and said that he's been shit, He's actually done really well. It's just a shame he's got his injury.
Yeah.
But he'll come back stronger. I miss him. I really do.
Right, Tommy.
Well, Hanif and Alf, what do you guys think?
My middle two would be I'd go with Kante and Thomas Partey. Where you put them all.
That would be my pivot as well. So yeah, we're all agreed on Partey.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, I'm not biased in any sort of way. So who are we going with here?
Kante all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm going
that would be a deadly midfield, Partey and Kante in the engine room. It'd be serious.
So left midfield.
Tierney.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tierney.
Kieran Tierney without a shadow of a doubt.
Hanif, Alfred.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm a bit biased because I really like Alonso. I think if Tierney was fit and he played a bit more, I think Alonso.
We're not taking.
I think if it was a left back, I'd give it Tierney all day long. But because it's left wing back, if I'm reading that correctly.
Yeah, are we actually play? Can Tierney play at left wing back?
He probably can, to be fair to him.
Yeah. He's good at getting up and down. Like, he has it there. Like, he's fast as well.
He's there. I class it. If he wasn't injured, I think he'd be one of the best left backs in the league. He's just so injury prone.
Yeah.
I'll give it. Go on. I'll give it. I'll give him Tierney. I'll give him Tierney.
Yeah. Look, I'm a nice guy.
I'll give him Tierney.
Be nice to your guest.
Right.
I don't think we've got any. The front three, I think we're only going to get one. Yeah.
Wild take.
And the problem with that formation is, where would you put Smith Rowe? That's a fair point.
Mm-hmm.
I actually wanted him in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll be back 2 minutes, guys.
Yeah, my computer's playing up as well. So if I disappear at any point, you'll know why.
No worries.
I'm not even sure now about Smith Rowe myself.
I'd still want him in there, though. That's the problem.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Great young lad.
So, are you going to any of the Euros games?
What, the women's games? Yeah, I'm going to the opening game, England-Austria at Old Trafford.
Do you have your England shirt?
No, I'm waiting for the new drop that's in May. I bought my first England shirt last Euros with Saka on the back. So I'm like, in 28 years, I finally bought one.
With Sharma 9, because I used to play as a striker in college.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
I only remember scoring one goal, though.
How comes only one, Nippon?
Huh?
How comes only one?
Because I was mainly used as a substitute.
Oh, that's fair.
Charminho.
Yeah.
I always considered myself like a target man, though. Like, just assist and I score, basically.
Like Niall Quinn was for us.
Just give me the ball and I'll put it in the back of the net. I was like one of those types.
Legend.
So, who are we going with the front three?
Will we let Alf start, because he
hasn't gone first yet. It's been me and Del basically leading the way. Let the other two start.
So, what did you say? You got muffled up there.
Alf, you go first.
Oh, okay. I'll go with the greatest investment in Chelsea Football Club history, Romelu Lukaku, not.
I knew you were going to show Los Alfred. I just knew it.
I'll probably put Havertz in the middle.
Havertz, you're going with Havertz in the middle.
Yeah.
I am going with. I'm going to go with Havertz in the middle as well. It's a tough one between Martinelli and Havertz.
How's Martinelli's form been recently?
His
Because Havertz has
confidence
been
is
quite
gone.
good.
I wouldn't even start him tomorrow. I'd start with Smith Rowe.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched Arsenal, honestly. Sorry, I'm getting a bit blanked out.
Okay.
So if you hear any delayed reactions from me, you'll know why.
No worries. Martinelli's very young, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he is. He is. I mean, those as I've said. I don't know if you heard me earlier, Ralph, but I said Martinelli, Saka, and Smith Rowe were carrying us, and they should not be walking into the team straight away. They need competition.
They are all actually great, very promising young players.
No, definitely. I'm not disputing that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Sorry if I made it sound like you were. Did not mean to do
that. No, not at all. Not at all. It's just the lack of squad depth is an issue. We spoke about it earlier.
Background. I just needed a better background, which is why I was taking. So yeah, on the left, I'd probably go with Saka, given his recent form.
That's fair.
Yeah, completely agree. Del?
I can't disagree with that. I'd go with Saka. Yeah.
Actually, then again, I prefer him to play on the right, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I'd rather him on the right, being honest with you.
He scores more from that side.
But then you have Mason Mount. Does he sort of play on the right to centre, does he?
On the right, usually, I think.
Yeah, he usually plays as a right wing.
So there's your sticking point then, Saka or him.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm playing Saka on. No, Saka's on the left. Is it tough between? Hello. Yeah, a few games ago, it would have been really tough, but now it's clear. I'd probably start Havertz. Maybe you should dive a little less, if I'm honest with you. Because I mean, that was look. I was first I thought it was a penalty because I was sat all the way. You know how high Wembley Stadium is.
Mm-hmm.
So I was sat like I was sit on the 5th floor, so I couldn't see properly. But then I looked at the replay. I was like, yeah, that's definitely a dive. So yeah, I called out. Have you ever? Let's be honest. Have you ever called out your own players for diving?
Oh, me all the time. Yeah, I hate it.
Who's your biggest diver?
Oh,
we don't really do it. We don't get anything out of it, so I don't think our guys really go down anymore. If anything, it's Lacazette that sits on the floor too long for me.
Yeah. There's more to do with sulking and whinging as opposed to actually diving.
Yeah, I have to say I can't really remember any Arsenal players diving too much. I honestly think you should just. I'm so sick of it. Honestly, just red card straight away. That's it.
Yeah.
You're a dive?
Yeah.
You know.
I'm
I'm so sick of it.
Red. Yellow is fine.
No. I agree with Alf, right? There's two things, and I'm sorry for saying this, drive me fucking mad. And it's diving and then the corner kick. Whoever's taking the corner kick
Oh
cannot.
no! Come on.
Is that a red card? Del
That
Boy,
is a red card.
as unbiased as possible. Is that
Yeah.
a red card?
You can't be pulling it short like that. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I suppose you have to give it to him.
No, that's a smart thing to do,
Only
though.
ask you,
That's a smart thing to do, though. He did the right thing. That's the good defending.
No. You don't do it. You're a child. You're a child. You're tugging on a little boy.
Doesn't matter, that's how you do it. You send a message, don't you? I think he did it. Listen, if that was me, I'd have done the same thing. That's what you do.
No, I would have gambled on him. No, if I was Chiellini, I would have gambled on it. I would have said, you know what, he might miss, he might score.
No, you don't. Yeah, but you don't do that, though, in modern football.
I would. If I get sent off, what's the word?
It's not in the rules, so he did the right thing. It's a yellow card.
Anyway, so up front, Charlotte, I'm going to start with you.
It's going to have to be Havertz in the middle
Del Boy?
because of Martinelli's recent form.
I agree with that. It's just simply down to, I suppose Martinelli's form has dipped a small bit lately, you know. Who else would we have up front? What, Eddie or Lacazette? Nah, you're all right. Odegaard? No. Pepe just hasn't been playing too many games, so yeah, I go Kai.
I cannot believe how disappointing Lacazette has been. I honestly think you guys need to get rid of him, to be honest.
Alf, I've got to be honest with you. We bought him. He hasn't consistently scored 20 goals a season. We knew what we were buying and we still bought him.
He was a goal scorer in France, though, to be fair.
Yeah, for one season. He's never done it consistently. Look back at his records. I know I'm going on stats. I don't care about his performances, but he's never consistently got 20 goals a season. And that's what we want from someone up top.
Would you be more comfortable with Danny Ings up front than Lacazette?
He has a couple of more goals than him this season. Sure, fucking Lacazette's only about 4 or 5 goals or something.
He's got 4 league goals all season, and he's complaining he hasn't got Champions League football.
Yeah.
How would you react? Sorry, I've asked this question a lot. Wout Weghorst or Alex Lacazette?
Weghorst is a player up front, like he's a midfielder, eh?
He's a striker.
He's a striker.
He's hard, well, to be fair.
I'd take fucking Midfield instead of Lacazette.
Am I?
This is a bit of a trash versus garbage question. Romelu Lukaku or Alex Lacazette?
Lukaku.
He's been shit though. Just like Lacazette.
How many goals has he got this season? I know he's definitely got more. He's got definitely more than 4 league goals. That's fact.
That's it. Yeah. Oh, stop. He's 4 league goals, just put it that way. And he started in, I'd say, easily 20 games. He started up front, you know.
No,
Sorry.
you have to look at the way you guys play as well. It's not you guys don't. He doesn't have that many shots, though, does he? You have to look at the other variables as well.
Well,
Yeah, but he's got kids around him, to be fair. If they can get in the back of the net, why can't he?
He's feeding those kids, though, isn't he? Like,
Yeah, I know. But
so you have to look at that side of the game as
it
well. And
works.
look at the tactics.
Yeah, no, I completely get that, Hanif, but you've also got to look at it on with the shoes on the other foot. There's so many chances he's had this season, and he hasn't put it away.
I'm not disagreeing with you. You watch him more than me. I'm not going to disagree with you. I just think like he's not a goal scorer, is he? He's like a good number 2. Like if there was someone like it's a bit like Griezmann and Giroud. He's the Giroud basically.
Do you know what? I rather would have kept Giroud. At least we would have had some aerial presence. I'll be honest with you. We bought
I
in
wish-
Lacazette to replace Giroud.
I wish that we had Giroud even now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so who are we having on the right?
Isn't it Saka? Saka plays on the right, doesn't he?
He plays both
Oh my
on the
God.
left and the right, but we put him on the left.
All right, Martinelli, you got to put the Brazilian on there. I don't care what anyone says. Put him wherever you want. But for me, he's a baller.
And look, Delboy and Charlotte know more. They watched Arsenal more.
I watch him.
Do you know what? At the minute with his form, I'd put Mason Mount there.
Oh shit! Yeah, Mason's not in the team. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd put Mason Mount there. He does play on the right, doesn't he, boys?
He
Yes.
does, yeah.
He plays everywhere. To be fair, whenever we need him, he steps up.
Yeah,
He's best as an attacker, though.
yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Bit like Bukayo Saka.
Yeah. But Mount can't play left back, and I'm not even going to take a vote for it.
So,
He's not quite as versatile then.
So who's the manager, people?
well,
Neither.
I know who it's not going to be.
If I had my way, no one. I'd made Nippon the manager.
Are you
Yeah.
Arteta in or
There
out?
you go. It's Nippon then.
I don't get involved in that conversation because it's just headache. I just want my team to do well. I'm diplomatic with that on that subject.
Don't watch my channel then.
Oh, everyone's
Yeah,
entitled to their
it's a bit
opinion. Don't get me
like
wrong, girl, but
It's a bit like the hokey cokey in, out, shake it all about. That's the stage. That's what the fan base are like with Arteta.
well, it's certain sections. It's not all of us. Some of us are actually sensible, and some have decided on that line, and some of us haven't.
Right. So, I have another live in 40 minutes. I'm actually gonna put the link. I'm gonna put the link in that bit as well. You're both more than welcome to join that one as well. Delboy, Charlotte, everyone else. But Melina will be in that one as well.
Yeah, that sounds good. I've actually got to work tomorrow, but maybe next time. Thank you, though.
No worries.
Yeah, it's 8 a.m. and I've been up all night, so I might get some sleep.
Fair enough.
It's been a pleasure coming on, Nippon. Thank you for having me, and very nice to meet you guys.
Big up, man. Big up.
Yeah, really nice to meet you too, Alfred.
And may the best team win tomorrow, eh?
Yeah, here's the draw.
Could very well be.
What are your thoughts on certain fans saying, I hope our team lose just to get rid of the manager?
Sorry, what's the name?
Sorry, who said that?
Some, not all. Some Arsenal fans were like, I just hope our team lose until we have a manager.
Some donuts have been like that all season. I just kind of take them with a pinch of salt.
Nah, that's not a good attitude to have personally, especially when Arsenal are still very much in with a chance to make top four as well. So why would you want your team to not perform when they've had probably the best chance of top four in a while? You know, they're still very, very much in it, especially with Manchester United's, inconsistently lately. Tottenham, we all know what Tottenham are capable of. You just never know what they're going to do.
I think Arsenal got a game in hand as well, haven't they?
Right.
So,
This is the next live I'll be doing. I'll be doing it with Miss Melina. So please go and like, share, and all that good stuff on that. So yeah, before we all wrap up, Charlotte, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter, which is at Lottie_B. It's 2 T's, 2 I's. Someone beat me to normal spelling. Or you can come and find me on Canon Chatter TV. If you just punch that into your YouTube search bar, it will come up.
By the way, I need to ask you all a question after we end the stream. But moving on, Del Boy, where can we find you?
Yeah, just Del Boy Gunner TV on YouTube. Don't be very sensitive to come onto my channel because there's a lot of bad words and cursing on it. But I mean good. I'm on Twitter and Instagram as well. If you want to give out to me, I don't mind.
Melina, check your DMs. I've just sent you the link for the live, which is literally happening in 35 minutes. Alfred, where can people find you?
Yeah, just mostly on Twitter, I suppose, or Facebook if you have it. I have that as well. Just Alfred Russ, like it says in my name there, the way it's written. Same on Facebook. So yeah, there or Twitter.
And finally, last but not least, Hanif, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me here, there, and everywhere. I'm on everyone's channels, to be fair. I don't have my own channel. I just don't. I like to be a guest. But yeah, Munzi Talks, Eagle Eye Football, Nippon's channel, One Touch TV, Del Boy's channel, and whoever else will have me. So everyone, please do like and subscribe. And I'll definitely be on Del Boy's channel tomorrow, making a brief appearance. Hopefully, I'll be in a happy mood, but you never know. It might be what's the bleeding story.
Right. So yeah, everyone, thank you all for coming on. And with that being said, you can find me on all those socials going in the stream below. And yeah, with that being said, may the best team win. Obviously, no luck for tomorrow's game, but I wish you and Charlotte the best of luck for the rest of the season. And yeah, with that being said, I shall see you all in the next video. Peace.
Hey, it's been a pleasure, everybody. Bye-bye.